First established by the Filipino American National Historical Society, or FAHMS, in 1988, Filipino American History Month is celebrated in October by many Filipino communities throughout the country. This past October, the TFAL crew was on location at the 25th Annual Festival of Philippine Arts and Culture, otherwise known as FPAC, at Echo Park, Los Angeles, as well as the Filipino American History Month concert at the Greek Theater. We talked to some of the performers as well as longtime attendees. Here are some of the folks we interviewed at FPAC.
My secret, just do something that ain't nobody ever done before, but make it sound like something that's always been there forever.
Welcome to This Filipino American Life. We are live at FPAC this year. I am Elaine Delales.
I'm Joe Bernardo.
And I'm Ryan Carpio.
Hello. It's going to be loud.
25th anniversary of FPAC.
Can you believe it, everyone?
Oh my gosh, I remember going to like the 5th one.
All right. And you can hear, there's going to be a lot of background noise in this one. I don't know the words.
It's Eraserheads.
But we're going to have some artists interview with us today. I hope you're following on This Filipino American Life. We're doing live videos and we're passing out flyers, giving away candy.
Shout out to Vince Collyer for all the banners. And
Oh,
the flyers.
yeah. It's beautiful. We got so many compliments on it already.
Thank you, Vince. You are the best TFAL graphic designer ever.
And shout out to Angelica from San Jose. She's in charge of Lead Filipino. She just came up to me and said she was a big fan of the podcast, and I just gotta say thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
And shout out to producer Mike for getting all our technical gear ready and prepared, because making us sound really awesome.
Right on. We are unplugged, guys.
Yeah.
Well, something like that.
Kind
kidding.
of plugged.
Kind of plugged. This is awesome.
This is awesome. We have a special guest, one of the performers from Mama Bares.
It's Mama Bear.
Filipino.
That's the Filipino way to say it.
Mama Bares. Mama Bares.
Love it.
Awesome. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Dee Dee.
Hi, Dee Dee.
Hi.
Hi, Dee Dee. Dee Dee Magno Hall is also Pearl from Steven Universe. And Elaine and Mike are super fans, so we're really excited right now.
We're all truly excited that you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So how did the concept of Mama Bears start? And how did FPAC get you to perform?
Well, I keep hearing about FPAC every year, and I'm like, how come I don't get invited to these things? So I'm super excited to be here today, also with Mama Bears. Mama Bears. And Mama Bears is actually, it's a singing group of mommies, and we actually all know each other from doing Miss Saigon, doing different productions of Miss Saigon. And so we kept in touch throughout the years. We all got married and have kids, and literally once upon a play date, we just thought it would be so fun to form a singing group and perform wherever we can. So we're just so thrilled to be here at FPAC as Mama Bears, and with our families. Our kids are all running around. Our husbands are wranglers. Yes, they are. Eating lots of rice.
Nice.
Yes. But yeah, so we formed the group thinking that we were just going to sing parodies. One night I took the words of Royals. Thank you.
I heard it. It's great.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I took the words and I rewrote them to sort of fit our life today as moms.
It was really great. It was really funny.
It's so good. Yeah.
We have a music video. It's on YouTube. And then the other song was also a parody that I rewrote. Brave. My sister is the one who gave me the inspiration to rewrite Brave. And we made To Behave.
That's funny.
But we also have original music, which is coming out very, very soon.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Anthony, it's very exciting. Anthony Fedorov is the husband of Jennifer Paz.
Yeah.
And he's also American Idol alum. He wrote the song "So What," and we recorded it. So we're just like tying up all the loose ends. But
my God, that's awesome.
We're going to be releasing it soon, along with a music video and hopefully another music video of "Behave." So hopefully everybody can check it out.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll definitely plug it on the TFAL.
Oh, please do.
Facebook and Twitter.
Yes. Mama Bears is also on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, we will plug that as well.
Thank you.
So did you grow up always like, singing and like doing entertainment? Like how did your parents receive that growing up?
Well, it all started with a karaoke machine.
Yes.
Karaoke machine. Okay, every Filipino.
Minus one, right?
Minus one. 8 tracks.
Yes.
Okay? I go way back. 8 tracks. So my parents bought one because, I think one of our family friends was selling them at one point. So every Filipino household owned a singing machine.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed. I literally learned all of the songs on the 8 tracks that came with the machine. And it was like Frank Sinatra, Barbra Streisand.
Little Indians? Because my uncle had 10 little Indians on the 8 track.
I didn't get that one. We had Barbra Streisand, Whitney Houston.
Whitney.
Yeah.
That's my go-to song.
Whitney, can I have a little sample? Sample.
The greatest love of all.
Sample.
Greatest love of all.
Come on, Ryan, sample.
Not right now.
I believe the children are our future.
I do too.
Yes.
Hello.
Let them lead the way.
Sexual
Yes.
chocolate.
But yeah, that's how. I've been singing since I can remember. My dad was very musical. He taught himself how to play the piano and the guitar. So
Nice.
there's always soft and easy love song radio playing in the
Yes.
background.
Soft rock. We all know it.
Yes.
So your parents have always been supportive of your career.
So supportive. I have an older brother, my Kuya Dave, who's only 11 months older than me.
Hi, Kuya Dave.
Kuya Dave. And my sisters, Dana and Darlene. They're younger than me, so we've
Oh, you all have D names.
D's. It's so very
D's.
Filipino.
Oh my God.
Dave, Didi, Dana, Darlene.
So awesome.
Yeah.
I have a cousin where they're Dante and Darlene. So I know the whole D name.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
But yeah, they my whole family's been very supportive. I would not. I owe them everything. I would not be where I am without my family. So I have so much respect and love, and I owe them everything.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you?
I'm just curious, how are you enjoying FPAC? This is its 25th year, and how do you like it? We're in beautiful Echo Park.
This is your first time, correct?
It's my first time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's my first time. If I had come to an FPAC, has it always been here at
No,
Echo
this is
Park?
the first time here.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I went to another one, but I wasn't performing.
Okay.
So I know of them, and I've attended them, but I've not performed. I'm like, who do I talk to about? Can I get on that
You
stage?
can talk to us. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Next time.
It's also a great reunion space for people just from all over the communities to come and just kind of hang out and chill.
Yes.
Get interviewed on a podcast.
Hey. It's all good. It's so great. It's great community and good food and family friendly. So that's always helpful for mamos and dads.
Yes, always family friendly here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's it like being a Filipina in this industry?
Okay, you asked
Heavy
me
question.
the
Heavy
tough
question.
questions.
Good job, Joe.
If I'm being completely honest, when I started, and I started pretty young, my first show that I ever did was the Mickey Mouse Club on the Disney Channel.
I totally watched you on that show, and you were one of the people where I was like, I can go be her. I totally watched and was like, I'm gonna sing along with you.
Yes.
I'm so embarrassed.
So, no, don't be. These are things I love to hear, please. But so I started pretty young, and back then, I was just auditioning for anything and everything that my agent would put me out on, and I never thought about the color of my skin when I was auditioning for these things. And thankfully, all of the things that I performed in, all of the jobs that I've had before Miss Saigon, like the Mickey Mouse Club and the Party, I was in a singing group called the Party in the 90s.
I saw them at the mall.
Oh my God.
I am a fangirl. That's what I'm saying. Kind of embarrassing.
My girl, Elaine. Yes. But Miss Saigon was the first time that it required for me to be of Asian American descent, of Asian descent. And then even after that, all of the things that I had done, I played. I got to play Nessa Rose in Wicked, and I was the first Filipino or Asian to perform Nessa Rose in Wicked, which is awesome. But I don't think that it was colorblind because Elphaba is green, so it doesn't really matter what her sister looks like, right?
Exactly.
And then I was able to do If Then on Broadway as well as the national tour. And that role that I filled in for, the woman before me was also Asian, but I feel like she could have been any heritage. I also understudied LaShawns, who's black, and I understudied Idina Menzel, who is white.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that I can represent, and I'm totally proud Filipina, and I can represent Asian heritage, but it didn't really matter for the majority of the roles that I've played. It doesn't really matter. It didn't really matter of the color of my skin. And also, I voiced a cartoon character, Pearl, on Steven Universe.
And she's a gem.
She's an alien. She's an alien. I look nothing like the character. I showed you the picture of her, but I feel like I feel very proud to represent. I totally do. But I also feel like there's so many other opportunities. There's so many more opportunities arising today in the arts that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're just, we get hired to do the job, and hopefully, the person that is best fit for that job will get it, and regardless of their skin color. So
Cool.
that's what we hope.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So on the other side, have you done any stuff in the creative process, like write stuff or sing?
Well, I wrote the parodies that we sang.
Yeah.
I'm sort of I'm sorry. Mama Bears just did a show at East West Players.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
We just did a show at East West Players not too long ago, and the four mamas, that's Joan Almadelia, Jennifer Paz, Aigo Ekuchang, and myself, we wrote and came up with the concept of the show. We only had like maybe a handful of original music, but it was a combination of original music and songs that we love and know. So all related to the Mama Bears
Nice.
theme.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that was the first time that we like wrote something and produced it. So it's definitely something in our future, and we'd love to take that show and bring it on the road, and hopefully just make it grow and continue, have a long life.
Nice.
We hope.
Cool.
We hope.
Can't wait.
Jennifer Paz is also a voice on Steven Universe.
She is?
Is she really?
Yeah, Jennifer Paz. She's actually not here because she was doing the New York Comic Con. She voices Lapis Lazuli.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a foreign language to me.
Oh, you gotta
Now we
get
gotta
with
look
it.
at
That's
it.
a lot
I
of
gotta look at the
Cartoon
website, so we
Network.
gotta check it out.
Steven Universe.
Hashtag Steven Universe.
Cookie
Okay.
Cat. All that. It's amazing.
Thank you for being here.
Wait,
you
one
for
more
being
thing.
here.
Where can people find you?
Yeah.
Where can people find me on social media?
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter, Dee Magno Hall, at Dee Magno Hall,
Perfect.
and at Mama Bears. So at Mamas_Bears. And just check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
We'll take a photo and then
We'll
maybe
take a photo, yeah, in the front,
we'll
yeah.
hashtag it and everything.
Yes.
Cool.
And we'll tag you on all of this.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys. Maraming salamat.
Walang naman.
Hi, this is This Filipino American Life. We are live at FPAC. My name is Elaine Delalas,
This is Joe Bernardo.
and we are with a special guest.
Odessa Kane.
Hey, hey.
What's good?
What's
How you
good?
doing, Odessa?
I'm feeling blessed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about performing at FPAC today?
Excited.
Yeah?
A little nervous,
You've been
but
here
it's
before,
it's
though,
good.
right?
But it's
But
a good
you've been here
feeling.
before.
I have, but it's always it's special when I get to be around folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful occasion. So yeah.
So what are you up to now? Nowadays?
You know?
Any new projects or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm working on the new album called The Pen and the Gun. It's gonna be coming out with beat rock music. But more importantly, family. Just taking care of family life, wife and kids.
How many
working.
kids do you have now?
I got 3 kids.
Wow.
So shout out to Khalil, Javier, and Frankie Simone, my babies, and my wife Bree. Peace.
Hello, children and wife. Are they here today with you? Are they running around?
Unfortunately,
No?
not. Yeah.
It's a busy weekend.
It is a busy weekend. They're doing things back down in San Diego, so
Okay.
it's all good.
Yeah.
So what can we expect with your new album?
Definitely more politically charged, more community-driven, roots-oriented music. Just trying to create awareness, trying to create social change, and but hard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's gonna come out hard. So
With everything that's happened in El Cajon with the
Alfred Alongo, rest in peace.
Are you going to be talking about that in your
Yeah,
album
that's
as well?
definitely fortunately, I hate for situations like that bring up, oh, now I got a new idea, but I need to speak on it, and it's very important. Police brutality is out of hand. The measures and protocol, I just felt like they didn't take proper precautions when dealing with this gentleman, and now a life is lost.
Exactly.
So Black Lives Matter, definitely.
For sure.
Especially, I get this one hit me to home because like his sister called on her 5150, and then
You see what I mean?
and then instead of actually taking care of him
Yes.
because she specified it was a 5150,
Yes.
they killed this man,
Yeah.
and then that's already a stigma against mental health. People don't want to talk about it, and then this is right here.
Yes,
It's like it spirals
exactly.
into.
So I think that's something that needs to be touched on the album too. I don't think that we talk enough about mental health, you
Yes.
know, and especially in hip hop, this is the patriarchy. Shut that down. We need to just be more open to like our vulnerabilities.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As people, and talk about it. It's okay. We all deal with issues.
Yes.
Let's go.
So I'm not too familiar with the San Diego hip hop scene. What kind of sets it apart, or what's different about San Diego that you kind of bring out?
I think for me, growing up in a militarized town, we don't get that exposure, that shine like really I had to come up to LA and pay dues also, you know. I remember going to the Good Life,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean, off Exposition, and just being in that mix, just wanting it. And I think what San Diego brings to the table, there's definitely a rough, gritty sound out there. Especially, you know, you could expect the gangster stuff with a lot of the, you know, folks that we got from different neighborhoods out there. But I think what sets us apart is that we're still striving. You know what I mean? We're still in our baby stages compared to a lot of these other cities that got things rolling. And but I think our drive and our desire to put on for our city is definitely going to be unique in our experience.
Yeah, and it's exciting because you're putting out music, and like Prayers is making it out there.
That's my brother Rafa. Peace. Shout out to my folks.
We went to a prayer show like last year, and that was just off the chain. Like I love it. And he reps his
Sherman, you know, for that brother, it's real. You know what I mean? There's nothing fake about it. Like I grew up watching him and all the OGs and coming to his own, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. San Diego has a lot of different styles, so we're not pigeonholed, you know what I mean? There's not like a ATL sound. There's not a, you know what I mean?
Totally.
There's not this sound. No, we're all pretty eclectic, you know what I mean, in that sense.
And how is it being with Beat Rock now?
Beat Rock, that's a blessing. I think my wife organizing me, you know, shout out to KMB, Pro People Youth, and her organizing me just brought me around people that I needed to be around and expressing myself, and we're all towing the same line, and it's just the perfect home for me. So shout out to B-Rock Music, shout out to everybody on the roster. And,
is this going to be your first album with B-Rock?
No, I dropped Left to Bear
you did?
Arms.
Okay,
that was my EP. So I put that out, and it did well. So we're super excited about the new album. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Do you have other questions?
I have, it's kind of a lighthearted one.
No, it's
but-
fine.
Go for it, man.
No, we're so serious.
So, what's your opinion about the Chargers' new stadium?
Not lighthearted.
You know what?
Oh, no.
Just the way that things are going, I just feel like the ownership, they don't really care about our city. So if it comes down to it, then go. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they cursed our city. You know what I mean? They just don't make the best decisions.
Yeah.
And for them to want us to put money into the stadium and then not put up any money, it kind of shows that the relationship is not reciprocated between fans and owners and organizations. So
And they're going to come to LA, and then LA will have two teams again after 20 years of
I don't
having
know
no
if
teams.
LA would want them, you know?
I don't know, because it's a little hectic.
it's tough, man. But you know that the whole business side of it is ugly. So I try not to dwell on it, because it hurts my heart.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard being a fan of a team that's willing to do that to you.
Exactly. Especially after last weekend, blowing that lead in the fourth quarter. Thank you so much for that sorrow Monday.
Sorry to bring that up then.
Good job, Joe.
Lighthearted. Thank you.
It's okay. We have the
Great.
Rams where they charge $1,000 for parking.
Goodness, see what I'm saying? That's probably what they would do to us with the new stadium out there. So now we good. We got the beach.
Yeah.
We got Coronado Bridge.
You got carne asada fries.
We got carne asada fries.
And then
Does
California
anybody make it
burritos.
up here?
It's
Did
not
y'all get
good.
down?
They try to do
It
it.
doesn't compare.
Doesn't good.
In Orange County, they make it.
Yeah, but it's not good.
But do they make it with crinkle cut fries? Because if they do, that's the
No,
wrong way to
they
do
don't.
it. Shoestring?
No, it's just a regular. It's not even a steak fry. It's just like a regular
Yeah.
fry.
No, it's got to
too
be
thick.
shoestring fries, and they got to be. You got to always say extra crispy. I need that.
This is what I'm learning because I did not know this.
And
I didn't
then,
know that
hey,
either.
but check this out. Ask them to put some fried egg on the top of it.
Oh,
That'll
oh my
make
God.
your day.
Oh my God.
Right?
That
Did we
sounds
bring it
amazing
back?
right now.
Did we bring it back?
Oh my God, that sounds
Yes.
amazing. I think I want that.
Yeah.
San Diego, we're coming. We're gonna get
San
carne
Diego.
asada fries.
We run that.
We're gonna get some eggs on there. It's gonna be great.
Most definitely. On me too. Y'all come out there with me.
For
right?
sure.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having me, though.
Yeah. Do you have any shout outs or anything, or anything you want to plug?
I just want to, I want to give all praises due to Allah and my family, my community, Beat Rock. Yeah, that's it. And shout out to FPAC and all my folks that are out here. It's beautiful out here, so I'm just blessed.
Cool. Where can people find you?
You know what? Go to my Instagram, Odessa King. Go to my Twitter. Go to my Bandcamp, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. I'm there.
All of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All good.
Hi, this is Philippine American Life. This is Joe Bernardo.
And Ryan Carpio, and we're here with.
Gingy, what's
Hi.
up?
Hi, Gingy.
Hey, hey.
How many FPACs is it for you?
Oh man, I've lost count because I used to go when I was like 12 back when I was in Cabrillo Beach.
Cabrillo, yeah.
Yeah, and then I went to a few in the San Pedro and I did the poetry slam and I performed
Nice.
with some like dance troupe and been at least 10, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How do you like it here in Echo Park?
I love it here,
Right?
actually. I think this is the perfect place to have it because it's right near historic Filipino town, and I think it's working out so far. So I'm hoping they have it here again next year.
Nice. So what are you doing in this year?
This year, I'm not performing, but I'm doing a booth with Anak Bayan, LA and Long Beach, and also my Burning Man friends from our It's More Fun in the Philippines camp.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like I kind of had this idea of like merging the art making, interactive activities with social justice, activism, basically like educating people in a fun way, and also bringing in elements of like, the festival culture that I experienced in Burning Man. So we have a nice little lounge area with pillows, but then you can paint there, and then we also have zine making. We also have art installations, exhibits, photos, and a mobile that talks about issues affecting the Philippines and like revolutionary heroes from the Philippines with visuals. So just making like activism more accessible for folks and making it fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your Burning Man experience.
My Burning Man experience, it was my first time. I got invited by my friend Andrea, who had this idea to start a Filipino camp there, get more representation for us out there. So our camp was called It's More Fun in the Philippines, and we had a Jeepney Eagle art car. Basically, it's a party bus that they put on this metal bars that were like 3D designed to look like a Philippine eagle that we covered with fabric and LED lights. And there's several of these art cars out on the playa, as they call it in Burning Man. Different, you can think of it, you name it, it's there. Different animals, or different, like a pirate ship, or like crazy stuff is out there. So we're like, let's do a Filipino one. We also had a Filipino chef there, and she did traditional Kamayan dinners. Everything there is free. It's a gifted economy, so that was our gift to the people there. We had our banana leaves with our different courses, and we explained how you do it and the significance of it. So people had a little bit of a cultural experience too. And then I was the resident DJ there, and I played Michael Lindang as well.
Nice.
And I got to play on a couple art cars and different shows throughout the festival.
That's
so
cool.
So I heard.
It was amazing.
Really? So.
And difficult. A lot of work.
I've heard a lot about the criticism about Burning Man, how it's commercialized now. What did you experience over there?
Well, this was my first time, so I don't have much to compare it with, but. I think it's become a joke that people who've been going to Burning Man always complain that Burning Man is not how it used to be. It's a joke now, but the experience that I had was like still really amazing, and there's a lot of workshops there actually that you can take in like every thing imaginable, like everything, and just the the people there are just very giving. Like a lot of people are all about gifting. Like here's a necklace or here's something. You know, everyone's hugging each other. Like it sounds kind of like hippie and stuff, but it was awesome. And you just ride your bike everywhere, and like, you know, you pick up like a free coffee or a free snack or like.
I have never been to Burning Man.
Me neither.
It's a mission.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll I don't know. Joe, is that something that's interesting to you? I love the idea of it, by the way. I love the idea of it being like this temporary city. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I would have never have gone if I hadn't been invited. This like idea didn't come up. It was, I don't regret it at all. I mean, it was a lot of work to set up camp and stuff, but just the experience you have building a camp with people you never met before, they become your family because you take care of each other, and just the feeling of freedom, riding your bike for like, I don't know if it's miles, probably miles, out on this desert and just looking at these different lit up like art cars, and like it's like cool experience after cool experience, like, you know, adventure after adventure. You know, you meet people, you see what they bring and like what they set up. It's cool vibes. Cool. We just got to get more like people of color there, you know, which is what I'm trying to do. You know, trying to get that activist element in there.
So do you get to educate folks about what's going on in the Philippines and like?
A little bit, like we're more doing it today, like because this is something I thought about when I was there. But the whole reason why we did the eagle is to bring awareness to the fact that the Philippine eagle is, you know, going extinct. Why? Because of environmental issues. Why are there environmental issues? Maybe because of all the mining and all the, like, you know, mining. They take all the natural resources. You know, you just like it's like an entry point to learning more. You know.
So you also do like Kulintang music, and you just came out with some few new songs that I really enjoy.
Thank you.
How did that come about? Like, how did you start, you know, working on Kulintang and all that? And you DJ too, right?
Yeah, I DJ too, and I produce. But with the Kulintang, actually, I started off with Balinese gamelan, which is like, they have some instruments that look almost exactly like the Kulintang, but they play it in a completely different way. So that was my first exposure to like gong music of Southeast Asia, and I took that for 3 years along with the dance, and I traveled to Bali as well, so I learned all about it. I mean, I would have taken Filipino music gladly if it had been offered at my school, but that was what was available. So I learned all about that, and then I was able to buy a Kulintang from the Philippines and get it shipped here. So then I just started jamming on it and started recording stuff, and then like, you know, looping stuff, and I started learning how to make beats, and then I would rhyme over them, and that's how it all came about. So then I just kept going with it and kept experimenting and, you know, learning more and more about it. And it just, you know, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. So I'm going to hopefully go to the Philippines next year and like take lessons there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And bring it back to us.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
That's awesome.
So what are you up to now? Or any kind of future projects on the horizon?
Well, besides like, I'm going to Paris for the first time, Europe for the first time. I'll be playing Kulintang out there. I got invited to play out there by this documentary called Music on the Road. So I'm just gonna go and see where the wind takes me, and like, you know, work on music out there and maybe collab out there. And I just want to come out with another EP or LP. And I have a remix EP of my last EP that's coming out. Like other producers remix my last EP. So that's coming out pretty soon, which should be cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, and a couple other remixes on their way. They take their time to get released sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for being here, and thanks for joining us on this Filipino American Life.
Do you have any plugs? Or a website, where can people reach you?
Oh, yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at GingyWorld, or it's gingyworld.com, or facebook.com/GingyWorld. So, SoundCloud.com/Gingy is where all my music is.
Cool.
So thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
State your name and where you're from.
And you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Welcome to this Filipino American Life. How are ya?
Good.
And what's your name?
Jennifer Ganada.
Nice.
And as a former resident of historic Filipino town, what do you think of FPAC being back at Echo Park, or at Echo Park for the first time?
It's pretty cool. I feel like I've gone to things when I was little out here.
Yeah, they used to have the big festival out in MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
And then they had the, what's the one in?
The Peña Francia.
Peña Francia. Yeah. Lotus Festival.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So what's your favorite thing about being Filipino?
The favorite thing?
I don't know why that's so funny, but
Why is that so funny? I don't know. But yeah, I get to be friends with Mike. That's my favorite thing about being Filipino. I don't think he'd talk to me if I wasn't Filipino.
Where do you work right now?
I work at Inner City Law Center.
And what do you focus on right now?
I do eviction defense work in Los Angeles.
So, what's it like doing eviction defense work in Los Angeles, especially in historic Filipino town?
Well, so my clients think it's really cute to give me all the old Filipino people who live in historic Filipino town because I'm Filipino, and it's really sad, actually, because a lot of them are in their 80s. They don't have any kids here anymore. I helped out two women, and they were both like widows of World War II vets.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Did they win their case?
We settled for a paid stay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so they get to stay.
So where are they? Oh, they get to stay in their apartment. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they live in historic Filipino now.
So, what are your kind of feelings about what's going on here in the community in terms of like gentrification and all that?
I mean, it's interesting. My parents' house is on the corner of Benton and Bellevue, and they tore that down recently and rebuilt two, I guess they're apartment complexes, mini ones on that space.
It's weird.
I mean, it's changing. Like, a lot of things are changing up and down Sunset. I think what's interesting is there actually aren't as many tenants' rights advocacy groups in the Echo Park, Silver Lake, historic Filipino town area. And I think that's problematic in the sense that there are a lot of rent-controlled property in that area.
Are there any kind of anti-eviction, anti-gentrification efforts within like the Asian American community at all?
I think I would say in Elysian Valley, which was known as Frogtown, and I would say Chinatown, there's an organization called Sika, and they do a lot of work in that area. I wouldn't say so much so in this area, though. Yeah. You're like, this is such a bummer, guys.
We want to learn. You're teaching us. Well, then, what is your favorite thing about being Filipino?
I don't know.
So many
things.
So many things.
You have a lot of karaokeing at family parties. That's a Filipino thing.
So this is a new podcast, and we talk about like a lot of different subjects. What would you like to hear about? What stories would you like to know?
The what?
What stories would you like to hear about?
What issues do you want us to talk about?
I mean, there's so much. Like, I think the Filipino American experience is very interesting. It depends on what neighborhood you grow up in and what community you grow up in. Like, I feel like I grew up in Eagle Rock, and because there were a lot of Filipinos, I didn't really have I didn't know what it was like to be Filipino. So it's like a very different experience than somebody who grew up like in a very white neighborhood.
In like Idaho.
Calabasas.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah.
Personal reference.
Say hi to the Kardashians, Joe.
Yeah, I think it's like a very different thing, right? Like when there's like a share, when you have church things, there's a lot of Filipino things, and like you don't really, there's mass in Tagalog. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Anything else? Any other questions?
I'm good.
No?
Nothing? Thanks, guys.
Anything you want to share with our audience?
Any projects you're working on?
Yeah.
I help out at the Filipino Workers Center, so if anybody wants to help out at the Filipino Workers Center, come volunteer. It's good work. It's about, I don't know.
Awesome. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks.
This is This Filipino American Life. We're live at FPAC, and we have a special guest.
Special.
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
My name is John Castro.
And where are you from?
Originally from the Bay, San Jose, California. San Jose, the 408, home of the Sharks. But we claim anybody who's winning. So right now it's the Giants.
And the Dodgers?
And
the Dodgers.
No.
And the Dodgers.
No. I don't like those shirts you're wearing, as I mentioned before. I'm in a sea of blue. If no one's, if you guys can't
It's
see
a
this.
sea of perfect Dodger blue. The day after the Dodgers won 4-3, they beat the Nationals. Did the Giants
Enjoy
win
it.
yesterday?
Enjoy it.
Did
while
the Giants win yesterday?
Enjoy it while
What was
you
that
can.
score with the Cubs?
We're just setting it up for drama.
I actually
we
want
like the drama.
I want the Giants to
No,
play the Dodgers.
I
Giants
want
and
the
Dodgers?
Cubs to win.
Dude, I'll have a heart attack every game if that happens.
I was born on a Navy base in north of Chicago, so I should be rooting for the Cubs.
Oh, okay.
If they do continue to win.
But you're not going to. You're going to still root for the
I'm
Giants.
still a Giants fan until they lose. Then it's on to the Cubs because I feel they're so koala. The fans are koala.
But then we'll win because we're the Dodgers, and we got that year. We got it going.
No, because you beat my A's.
Oh, you were an A's fan too.
I was an A's guy too at one point.
You're not kidding
I'm
about
San Jose. I'm like, I support the Bay.
You straddle both.
Yeah.
You straddle both? That's
yeah.
what she said?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't talk like Donald Trump, Joe.
Okay, let's move on.
So, John.
Yes.
What do you do?
As of right now, I'm a cook, but I don't like to be called a chef yet. Because being called a chef is takes years and years of doing stuff.
So what should we call you? Just
John.
John?
Yeah, I'm a cooker right now. I cook over at the Ford filling station at the Ritz-Carlton.
That's awesome.
Yes, son of Harrison, son of Han.
Son of
Solo.
Han.
Yes.
Son of Indiana.
Yes. Brother of, what's his name? Kylo. Brother of Kylo. Yeah, so I'm over there. But then I also do a pop-up called You Eat Now, which has been pretty fun. We actually have one happening on November 10th. I'm plugging right now.
Do it.
Plugging at the Pot.
Hot Lobby Bar?
Pot,
What's
no,
the date?
inside. We're
At the
moving
Line
big time.
Hotel
At the
in
Line Hotel,
Koreatown?
where they have
Collyer
Your Troubles Away, which I haven't been to so far.
I went to my
Sorry.
first one. It was awesome.
He did.
Sorry.
Ryan
They had a
did.
special DeAndre Jordan one for me. Clippers
Yes.
fan. Go Clippers.
So maybe we'll...
Oh,
No,
the Clipper guy.
Yeah, he's sad.
Wait,
sad
what's
for him.
the date of the?
November 10th, and it's dinner.
Okay.
We haven't.
nice.
I apologize, but we're not gonna air
Oh.
this until November 20th.
Oh man.
So November 10th, it was great. It was so delicious.
Delicious.
Oh
The food was
man.
amazing.
How about
We have a bad track record of putting out things after. they
And
happen.
that joke I said when I introduced myself, that was hilarious. I was killing the crowd that night.
You did.
Not with just my food, but just with my personality.
So John, before you got into this food game,
I know where this is going.
you put out this influential film called Diary of a Gangster Sucker.
Yes, I did.
That was when you were a student?
I was a student at Cal State Long Beach. It
Okay.
was my senior project, and it was.
What was the impetus of that?
The impetus of that was basically it was early '90s. It was '93. Living in San Jose and moving down to LA, I was always surrounded by a lot of gangsterism, but a lot of it was the wannabe gangsters.
I see.
From the suburbs. There's the legit gangsters and there's your wannabes who come from really good families and good neighborhoods, but they want to belong, so they decide to take on this gangster persona.
Like
And
it's gangster music that's
Exactly.
happening right now.
Apropos.
As we listen to a beat from the NWA.
From NWA.
So I thought it was really ripe for parody, and what I did was I basically locked myself in my apartment. Actually, we had a garage connecting to the apartment. I locked myself in the garage for 3 days. This is when no laptops didn't exist. I actually took my whole IBM PC.
Wow.
I had to lift it out of my room and take it inside the garage. So I could
Holy crap.
So I could just hunker down and just write this. And it took me 3 days and produced it over a Halloween weekend. Actually, it's going to be the 23rd anniversary of it. And it was really successful in the Asian American film circuit. Also was shown on public television and
Cool.
PBS.
So you're like a celebrity that we're talking to right
Like a
now.
celebrity.
Ish, celebrity-ish.
But you're definitely a pioneer of like early Filipino American film.
And didn't you work on the premiere Filipino American film?
The one your husband hasn't seen yet.
The one that Mike hasn't seen called
Which
The
I
Debut?
find so weird.
Wow. I can't
think it's
believe
because
that.
he's lived it.
It's like a black person saying they haven't seen Do the Right Thing or something like that.
See, Mike, you have Filipino American homework. You gotta watch The Debut.
How can you make jokes about it if you haven't seen it?
You have to watch it and then be critical of the fact that in The Debut they don't eat the lechon throughout the whole film. And you're like, what kind of Filipino debut is this?
Speaking of that, isn't there like a reunion of all the music acts?
You tell me. Oh, yeah, on October 23rd. This probably won't come out by then, but it was great. It was a great concert.
That was great.
It
That was great.
It
It
was
was a
so
great
good.
concert. Jocelyn, she performed well, right?
Drop in Harmony and
Kai
Kai.
did really
The
yeah.
Pinay.
Yes.
The Pinay's from the Bay. Do you know
Yeah,
them?
yeah. Pinay, who was on the soundtrack. I actually, funny story about Pinay, when we actually auditioned every member of Pinay to be in the movie, to play the lead that Joy Disco eventually got. So guess who had to play opposite of them?
You did?
I did.
Nice.
It was awesome. I was playing Dante. Oh, Dante playing Ben. Yes, so that was fun. So we had to do no makeout scenes, but I think we did the hand scene where we had the
Yeah, I remember that.
everything. But that was fun.
The hand?
Yeah,
Like this?
those auditions were hilarious.
Because doing physical comedy is
We also,
great for a podcast.
this is not in the DVD extra, but we auditioned
Inside Scoop.
Jen Claren. Remember Jen Claren?
No.
She was the girl with the crazy eyes in the Biggie video, Hypnotized, with the lollipop.
Oh, yes.
Mike's nodding his head. He totally remembers.
She was part of the Remix Girls.
Oh.
The Remix Girls.
So Mike apparently knows. Mike followed that.
If there was Twitter, he would follow them, and he would follow their Instagram too.
Yeah.
He would follow their
In
Instagram.
addition to the other people he follows.
If that existed, he would follow them, and maybe like everything they say, and retweet everything they say. Oh yeah, inside scoop. But where we're going with it, I did the debut right after graduation. Started writing it with Jake Lahine about a year after. Basically, it's because I didn't get an NYU. That's what I did.
That was cool though. I mean, that's like the ultimate community film.
It really is.
Yeah. I know. I look back on it and I like, oh yeah, that's cool what I did. It seems such a different. It seems so far away from me
Can you
now.
come back and like for a full episode when we're not surrounded by loud music
Yes.
to talk about this?
Yes.
That'd be great. So now we have verbal commitment
when
that
I'm
says
not
you're coming.
when I'm not listening to the Pinoy Eminem right now.
Yes.
If you can hear through this mic of mine, or Pinoy Eminem's on.
So we can talk more in
Yeah.
depth.
Yes.
Yes. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
So real quick, how did you get into food?
The food. Food is well, it's funny. I just remembered that I was always interested in food, even while I was in culinary school, and I totally just remembered, not recently, like a year ago, that I was the cook for the Filipino club, and I totally forgot about that. When we would do lumpia sales
You would make all the lumpia?
and mixed plate sales, yeah, we would do the pancit, lumpia, and rice combo.
And that would be you?
Yes, for $5. And I think it was totally illegal when I think about it, because we would prep at home and resell it on campus.
That's probably not allowed, but yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason we got away with it. And and
because it's a fundraiser for.
It's a fundraiser for the Filipino club, and back then it was 3 lumpias for $1. I don't know what.
That's a deal.
After inflation, but still, now it's still $3 for $1.
Is it
$3
still?
right?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. But so after the movie was done and its life in the theaters, I was completely clueless of what I wanted to do next, because usually when you're making a film, you're supposed to write your follow-up, but we were busy actually getting the movie in the theaters, so we never wrote a follow-up.
It's okay, because we're going to write a movie, aren't we, John?
Exactly.
Yes, it's recorded right now. John Castro is committing to writing a movie
Yes.
with Elaine Delales.
He basically interviewed me so he could put me on
spot.
blast,
Yes. Yes.
on the spot.
So we're gonna work
Verbal
on a movie.
commitments.
Legally binding.
Legally binding. Correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. You see, did you hear that? You see?
But yeah, so after the movie's done, I was supposed to go to graduate school in Hawaii, which I did. I got accepted to the University of Hawaii for my master's in American Studies. Thought I was going to write movies and teach and date my students. And
Illegal. That's illegal.
But when I arrived there, I go, I don't want to do this. So UH actually has a culinary program at one of their sister campuses.
So you did that instead?
I did that instead, and what a better place to learn about cooking than one of the
smallest states?
Oh, well, yeah, it was basically like the home of fusion, or for lack of a better word, like, you know.
So can you make a killer, like, lunch plate?
Yes. Lunch plate, dinner plate, breakfast plate, I can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Pull-up pork.
You know what I learned? Sari is a Hawaiian dish. It's kind of like pinakbet, but it's actually made with patis instead of bagong. And it's actually a native. It's a native actually Ilocano Hawaiian dish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
What's funny is that I didn't know what kari was. A lot of my Ilocano.
Because they're Ilocano, yeah.
Don't worry about it. I didn't either. I'm not Ilocano. My family doesn't eat that food normally.
And then Dinaguan is like a different word for them.
Dinardaran.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I do not understand.
Yeah, we'll have a whole food episode.
We're gonna have a whole food episode. We can talk about Hawaii
John,
Filipinos
are you gonna be
too.
on the
We're gonna have a Hawaii Filipinos episode. We're gonna have a Filipino food.
So you're gonna come back multiple times.
Debut episode.
So you're gonna come back for a series.
Love life episode.
Can we call the series Miss Filipino American Life, the John Castro series?
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
It's like a three-parter.
That's a three-parter. It's gonna be amazing.
We should just do updates on my.
Oh yeah. See, now we will do.
On my. Social. On my. What do you call it? What do you call this shit? Oh, sorry.
You can cuss. It's fine.
Online dating apps. We should do updates.
So
weekly
it'll be a
updates.
Tinder with John Castro. That would be a great segment that we're gonna start. Grindr with John Castro.
No, not Grindr.
Coffee and bagels?
Sorry, guys.
Coffee and pandesal.
Coffee and pandesal with John Castro.
Ovaltine and pandesal.
Excellent bits that we're creating right now.
Ovaltine.
Back pages with John Castro.
You know that guy? He got put in jail, right? Yeah. So how do you know about that?
I don't know.
Joe knows all.
Are we wrapping this up, or this is all commitments? Commitments to
Well, thank you for being here.
Yes.
And here are some performers and attendees we spoke to at the first ever Filipino American History Month celebration concert at the world famous Greek Theater.
Hello, this is Joe Bernardo.
Ryan Carpio.
And Elaine Delales.
And this Filipino American Life podcast is on location at the Filipino American History Month celebration here at Greek Theater.
Awesome. We're going to bring you interviews by some artists and some fellow attendees.
Hi, this is This Filipino American Life. We're here with Lyle Del Mundo at the Greek Theater for Filipino American History Month concert. Welcome, Lyle. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Just a quick question. How did this event come together, and what was your involvement in this celebration?
So my involvement is, first of all, I'm the vice president of the board of SIPA.
Right on.
And my involvement was they asked me to help put together the talent for the actual event. They consulted me on what they thought that I would drive people to the Greek Theater. And the first, like me being a Generation Xer, Filipino American, I thought, I was like, well, why don't we just bring a piece of our history back since it's Filipino American History Month. So that's why I thought it was very important, to bring back the music that we grew up with, and reunite a lot of the old groups from.
So what does that mean to you, the music that you grew up with?
The music that I grew up with is really what helped push the envelope for Filipino Americans, second, third generation, into mainstream music. So, the first group I thought of was Kai, obviously, because they're one of the groups that not only got initially signed to a major record label, at the time was Interscope Geffen, but so they're one of the groups that helped pave the way for us.
one of the groups Ryan aspired to be a part of.
They were in my mixtapes, all of them. Side A.
And then after that, it just started snowballing from there. So then I asked Panay, and then the guys from Drop in Harmony, and Devotion, and then Master Plan to come on board. And then Jocelyn, she was the last to confirm, which she typically doesn't perform her old music anymore, which is amazing that she was able to agree to performing her old stuff.
That's awesome.
What was the reaction when you asked them to perform?
There was a little like, "Are you serious?" And then when I told them the venue, this is obviously to help inspire like the younger generation to come out. There's a lot of like YouTube kids that target the millennials.
Yeah.
But it's reigniting like the musical passion of the kids from our generation.
So what does Filipino American History Month mean to you?
Filipino American History Month means to me, it's a whole month of celebration, right? It just shows that, we're all coming together, that's proud of our culture, and really it's just, to me, it's my pride coming out, and being able to use my relationships and resources to help express that.
Awesome. Great. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much. Hi, this is Elaine with This Filipino American Life, and we are here with Panay, and if they could introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm May. I'm Angelica.
I'm Irma.
And I'm Lordy.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
This is so exciting.
I know. We're internally freaking out right now. Like excited.
This is like our first podcast.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
They weren't around.
Yeah, because we're old.
They weren't around. We're like a couple generations
If we
before
worked
you
for a real
guys.
radio station, I'd be like, live for our own.
All good.
So how did you feel when you were approached to be a part of this concert?
Lyle Del Mundo reached out to us. He had promoted some of our shows in Chicago, like back in the late 90s. And so it was, familiar people that we had worked with. And I knew he worked with all the other acts that we had been performing with at the time. So he's like, I'm getting a reunion together.
Awesome.
You guys want to just, and then I reached out to the other girls and we're like, yeah, let's make it happen. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then he showed us the list of everyone he wanted to get here.
Yeah.
And that was exciting to us. Like,
Was that like a reunion in itself when you saw like all the artists? that are
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
it's been,
A few years.
a couple.
Not that many.
Yeah.
When was the last time you performed together?
See, we did the national anthem, right? We did a for the Cal Bears national anthem. Go Cal.
Three of us are
last
Bears.
year.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
Last
That was
year.
yeah.
So
last
like
year.
once every few years we've gotten like an opportunity here and there just to like
Yeah.
get together and sing, but not like a
Not
full
like
on.
this. Yeah, the last time was in the Bay Area like 4 years ago, right?
Oh yeah, for a festival or something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Treasure Island?
Yeah.
What was that Filipino festival?
Oh,
Yeah.
we've gone to the Treasure Island. I was like, what? So what does Filipino American History Month mean to you all?
Well, I mean, obviously we're called Pinay. And that was very important to us because, there's a big community out there that we really, really want to pay homage to. And we're very proud of being Pinay. And so, we're just happy to be a part of this event and to bring everybody together to show everyone how much talent there is in this community.
I think it's humbling also that we're, when we come back to the community, we see the support, and it's so uplifting, and to see all these new artists come up, and it's just really fun.
Yeah, and I think it reinforces the whole, notion of community, right? I think, we have our families and we have our friends, and then the larger community, which is us, everyone, the newer generation, the younger people, I think bringing all of us together means a lot.
Yeah, and honestly, we wouldn't have been able to even make the music we made except that the community got behind us and supported us. It was like young Phil-Ams at the time that said, cool, like you guys are going to do this, we're going to come to the shows, we're going to buy your music, so it's huge to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so many mixtapes that we all have created.
You have no idea. You guys have helped me out in so many Valentine's days. So many Valentine's days. You guys helped me out with the next time. Totally.
fun.
We're so thrilled that you guys are with us, and thank you for doing this. And I think LA is really, really happy. I got a message from my Bay Area folks asking, when is this reunion coming to the Bay? So people might think about that soon. So.
We're honored.
Do you have any future projects like solo or anything like that, or stuff you do on the side creatively?
That you want to plug?
Yeah, anything you want to plug?
We wish.
Maybe.
I mean,
one day.
we like every now and then we talk about like we got to find another project, do something, get back together. It's a little hard just juggling everything, and now Angelica lives in a different state, so we try and see each other when we can, but it's maybe, hopefully,
we will all cross our fingers for you.
You guys have to come up with your thing and we'll just come visit. There you go.
This is Elaine, and we're This Filipino American Life at the Greek Theater for the Filipino American History Month celebration. And we have a friend with us. Can you say your name?
I'm Pilar Diaz.
Hi, Pilar. Can you tell us what Filipino American History Month means to you?
I think Filipino American History Month is a celebration of our culture and pride, and really, to me, being here at the Greek right now, it's like a family reunion. You see the young kids, you see the lolas, you see the millennials, you see everybody, and it's such a great feeling just seeing really the Filipino community in LA, and to celebrate it today at the Greek, it's just amazing.
What are you looking forward to in the concert?
I'm looking forward to seeing all the different performers that I haven't seen before and ones that I've heard before, to just see the different talents that we have as Filipinos, and really just to see in the crowd the different ages and generations, and just really the coming together. I think as much as I'm looking forward to the performances, I'm really here to be with the Filipino community.
Great. Anything else? No,
that's good.
Thank you for talking to us, Pilar.
Hello, this is Joe. We're on location at the
At the Filipino American History Month celebration.
Yo, what's up? We're on location for Filipino American Heritage Month at the Greek Theater.
And we have AJ Raphael with us.
Awesome. This Filipino American Life?
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome. I'm happy to be a part of this.
So how did you feel when you were approached to do this concert?
Well, some of my friends were helping put this on. So when the idea was conceived, of course, they were like, hey, would you be willing to do this? We're trying to get some headliners like Gary Vee and stuff. I was like, yeah, of course. I'll probably be playing these Filipino shows till I'm old, because I love celebrating.
But no one will know you're old.
Thank you. You know what's funny? They first used, which I told them to change the picture, but they first used a picture of me like 10 years ago. I mean, I look like similar, but it's like, I'm trying to
mature.
Be updated, man. Trying to be updated.
You got carded, didn't you, when you got in?
Oh, yeah, I got carded, man. I got carded.
So what does Filipino American History Month mean to you?
It just means that we have a month to celebrate, the journey that we've all been on. And I think it's still just the beginning, like Filipino Americans. I think a lot of us have a hard time knowing what our identity is or who we relate to and things like that. So I think, especially for a lot of second gens like me, it's just beginning. But we obviously know our parents, and some folks older than my parents have been through a lot in this country specifically. So glad that our story's being told and that we're able to celebrate with a big concert like this, but also have a whole month dedicated to us.
Cool. And as a performer, is there any other acts or bands that you're excited to see tonight?
Oh yeah, everything. More specifically, Kai, Devotion, Drop in Harmony, Pinay, because even though I'm a little younger than that generation, I used to listen to them a lot because of like the Napster days. And I've been on like AOL forever, so requesting MP3s and stuff.
Were they on a mixtape?
Yeah, like mixtape, burning CDs. Right. Like literally, the first song I played at a talent show was a Devotion song when I was 11.
What song?
You're Not Alone.
Nice. Can we get a sample?
It was here we go. God, will you keep us safe from the thunderstorm? When the day's cold, will you keep it warm? When darkness falls, will you please shine the way? RB.
Nice.
Yeah,
very
nice.
So you got any future projects or
right now? A lot of people asking when new music is coming out. I can't really say because I don't know. Like I've been kind of taking a break like the last 2 years. It's been 2 years since I like officially took a break, but I've been like slowly putting on shows and stuff. So,
I still got a fun.
I'm just like rolling with the climate, like posting videos every week still.
Yeah.
I'm still doing that. I've been doing a lot of musical theater lately and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So been working on a lot of material for some shows that hopefully I book.
Sweet.
Cross
We'll
our
see.
fingers for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, this is Elaine, and we're at the Filipino American History Month celebration, and we are here with somebody from KNL.
KNL Kayamanan ng Lahi.
Introduce
and
yourself.
I am Emily Chan.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
So, how did it feel when KNL was approached to do the show tonight?
It was exciting.
Yeah.
At first, we were like, oh, we could perform at the Greek. How cool and exciting to bring Filipinos to the Greek, which is a really cool venue for other people to just come and celebrate with us.
And what does Filipino American History Month mean to you?
It's just a way that we can learn about the history that we never really get to learn about in schools, and so stuff that I didn't really get to learn until college. I think kids are getting now just by us sharing with them, and so it's just a really cool way to spread the knowledge.
And what dance are you going to be doing tonight?
We're going to be doing Jota Paragua, which is a Spanish-influenced dance, as well as Pasigan and Tinikling. Pasigan is like a fish mimicking dance, and then Tinikling, the national dance.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Other than your performance, what are you looking forward to in this concert?
So I'm looking forward to the 90s groups because I grew up with them and I never really got to see them growing up, so seeing them live now would be exciting.
Cool. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
This is Joe. This is the Filipino American History Month celebration, and we are here with Master Plan.
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce yourself?
How y'all doing out there? My name is Johnny Crush. Tracer One, Butch Vellas, Master Plan.
Is Type coming today?
Type is not gonna make it today, so we still got it though. We got it. And all the other DJs are stuck in the Philippines. They can't get no visas. They wouldn't give them a visa, man. They're just stuck.
I can DJ.
So, what was it like when you were approached to do the show?
I was pretty happy. I was pretty flattered. It's a cool venue. I do the Greek. Who doesn't want to do the Greek? So it's like it was a really cool thing. So I was really happy about that.
Awesome.
Well, the main thing as well is that a lot of these groups started out in the '90s, and we've never performed with them. So this is our first time actually to be playing with these cats that we're quite familiar with. So it's a good vibe.
Well, you guys are one of the pioneers at this.
I guess. I mean, we kind of stumbled on it, but like if you want to call us that, I'm very humbled. Yes. I mean, it's a thing that we do ever since high school, whatever. But we brought it to the Philippines. Not to say that hip hop wasn't there, but we helped nurture the culture and try to present it in a proper fashion. And, of course, in our style. So that's what we were blessed to be able to do.
Great. What does Filipino American History Month mean to you?
What's it mean to me? It's very important. You know what I mean? Just to recognize our people, us as Balikbayans, and doing our thing out over here in LA and also in the Philippines. It gives us a nice platform to show what we can do as Filipino Americans and show our talent. Yeah. Being a Libra is sort of special. It's October.
Yeah, there you go.
So like Tracy said, it's very special because it is a month that the Filipino community worldwide is recognized. But doing it here in the West Coast, LA, particularly is also very, very special to us. And being asked to represent for Filipino History Month, is a great thing. Yeah. So we're very grateful.
Nice. Hey, what's up? I'm AC.
I'm Errol. Drew.
And I'm Reynard.
How's it going? It's Leo.
Yeah.
And you are?
We are Kai.
So, how did it feel when you were approached to be a part of this concert?
We were just honored to have finally a way to perform with other acts, especially bridging the gap between old school and the newer talent out there. It's great to have everyone in one venue and celebrating Filipino American History Month, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think to add to that, this is a renaissance, man. This renaissance started 20 years back.
Yeah.
Right? And you didn't have social media back then, right? Back then, we created a market when there was none. There's absolute zero market back back then, right? But we created that, used whatever resources we had, and just to be part of this and see everything, come together, full circle is dope, man. Yeah.
It's gonna be an amazing night. I mean, we're very excited to be here. Everyone's excited to be here. I mean, let's just have fun. Yeah.
So we better see you guys dancing out there, right?
Yeah.
Or the lighters or something.
Joey, So, what does Filipino American history mean to you?
Long overdue.
Right?
Definitely. I mean, it's finally, not to say that we have to celebrate in 1 month, but it's just a reminder that, hey, we're part of this country. We've helped forge this country to what it is. Especially now, we want to show that we are just as talented musically, artistically as anyone else. We're all the same, man. We have the same feelings, man. So we're glad to be part of this and share our music.
We're like the third highest in the United States, growing like, the immigrants coming into this country.
Yeah.
So it's dope, man. It's definitely dope. You got to be proud. We got a month that's dedicated to celebrating Filipino history, Filipino American history, right? And so it's dope, man. It's dope.
Can I ask a fun question?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are on my mixtapes back in college and high school. All right, throwback.
Yeah.
What of the artists here are you excited to see or connect with or anything like that? Other than yourself.
Where do you start?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen some of these acts in 15, 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
And it's very exciting to be here to perform with them again. DNH, Pinay, Devotion. Wow, haven't seen those guys in so long.
Right now, it's like
It's also an honor to sing with other people that we haven't shared the stage with, like AV, you got Mama Bears, and you got the younger guys, Tim Atlas, AJ Raphael, Brian Pusus. Just to have everyone in one venue, it's great, man.
Well, yeah, and to add to that, not even AJ Raphael, but it just so happens this is a Ray. He's actually Andre's younger brother. He's filling in for Dre today. Dre's actually got his own mission. He's actually in South Africa. He's a minister in South Africa now. Yeah. And so Ray's paying tribute to his brother, to the group.
Hi, this is Joe. We're on location at the Filipino American History Month celebration here at the Greek Theater, and we're joined by
Cher Calvin
and
Rob Bonta in the California State Assembly, first Filipino American state legislator in the history of California.
That's right, recognize.
applause. So, what does Filipino American History Month mean to you?
I think that it's important for us to have not just, this month, but also throughout the year to recognize how important it is to be part of the American fabric, and that, we're not, that we're always proud of saying that we're Filipino so that people understand our stories. And I think that tonight, we do that the best way we know how, and that's through music. Yes, for sure. Yep.
I mean, for me, it's an opportunity to celebrate our culture and legacy and history and remember those important moments in history that helped create an imprint on this nation and on this state, and also those amazing leaders like Larry Itliong and Philip Veracruz who have often been forgotten but need to be remembered and celebrated more, and using those moments and those people to inspire us as we move forward and create more history as a community.
So Cher, last time you were here, you helped organize the Typhoon Haiyan fundraiser here. What does it feel like to be back?
It's so nice. I love the Greek, and I love the Greek when they're Filipinos in the Greek.
Yes. Make it a fun time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great. I think that this is a really great event just because it brings us all together and it lets us celebrate together. And when you're around Filipino Americans, Filipinos, you get that kind of that family feel. And I think that that's important just for all of us, as we go out there in the world.
Great.
Do I get the crown?
Is this your first time here at the Greek, Rob?
It is. I've been in and around this area. I've been nearby. I was at an event at Susan Dilk's house, actually, just nearby, not so long ago. But my first time at this event, and walking in, it's energy, and family, and community, and that's what it's all about.